All right, then off. Let's do the wizard.
Off to see the Wizard of Wines?
Yeah.
Wonderful, wonderful Wizard of Wines.
All right. Are you taking your horse, Steve?
Yes. I'm not going to be walking. Kidding me?
Well, you could be on your floating disc. Right through the middle of town. That won't attract any attention.
That thing only has a movement of 10, though, so it would definitely slow you down.
Well, the namesake for Tinser's floating disc, Ernest Gygax, he's in the hospital right now. Just
Oh, is he?
that. Yeah, it's not doing too well.
It's been a bad day for celebrity people.
Yeah.
All right, so it's, like I said, it's going to take you about 2.5 hours to get to the winery.
It's not bad at all.
Yeah.
It's not so long.
The trip is fairly uneventful. You don't encounter any monsters or vampires or anything.
Do we see wolves, bats, or rats?
Oh my.
Actually, you do. You see a couple wolves kind of slinking along in the forest, just close enough to where you can spot them through the trees, and they kind of follow you for a little bit, and then they disappear.
Don't like that.
Strahd
Are they
is
within
watching us.
60 feet?
No.
All right.
All right. Well, let's go to here.
Whoa.
Hey, it worked, except the horse didn't come. Oh, well, we don't need the horse. Oh, and we don't need
Oh,
these
and
two.
we brought our NPCs with us?
No, I didn't mean to bring them. All right, we're missing someone. Who am I missing? Naevin. We're missing Naevin.
I was under a wagon left, I remember.
Yeah. Get over here, Naevin.
No, I'm invisible.
That's right.
From now on, you believe you're invisible?
I like it. Wonderful quirk.
There we go. And I'm sure I have a description.
I don't have control over it.
You don't have control over it.
I do. Haha. I can move you around. La 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 la.
What is going on?
I have ultimate control.
Giving John God mode.
Yeah. Can't move anybody else, just you.
You know.
There we go.
You've cast Charm Person on me.
All right, so
I
this
can only charm invisible people.
this isn't actually where you guys are. I just wanted to get you on the map. So you guys haven't quite reached the winery yet. You see it in the distance. So you were on the road and you went off this branch off of the road to go down to the winery. After about a half a mile on this side path, the road becomes a muddy trail that meanders through the woods, descending gradually until the trees part, revealing a mist-shrouded meadow. The trail splits. One branch heads west into the valley, and the other leads south into dark woods. A wooden signpost at the intersection points west and reads Vineyard. So as you guys continue west, a light drizzle begins to fall. Unpainted fences blindly follow the trail, which skirts north of a sprawling vineyard before bending south toward a stately building. The fog takes on ghostly forms as it swirls between the neatly tended rows of grapevines. Here and there, you see rope-handled half barrels used for hauling grapes. North of the trail is a large stand of trees. A man wearing a dark cloak and cowl stands at the edge of the trees, beckoning to you.
I walk over to the wizard.
Okay.
Can I grab a grape off of the vine and just see if it's a tasty grape?
Well, you guys aren't like in the vineyard right now.
Oh.
You're on the road.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Just pick up some dirt.
Is it tasty grape?
Oh yeah, very fertile.
Nothing wrong here then. We're good. Wander over to the not at all creepy looking guy and the dark guy dressed in the woods.
Good day, sir.
All right. As you guys head towards him, you see nine other people come out from under the trees. They're all wearing dark leather rain cloaks and cowls. And as you get closer, they all kind of pull their hoods back, and you see kind of a assortment of people. You see men, women, even some children.
They look tough, rough.
As you
mage armor.
They don't look like, you don't see like a lot of weapons and stuff. But they look kind of dirty, like they've been roughing it for a bit, maybe. And as you get closer, the first guy that you saw steps forward and he says, "Greetings, strangers.
Greetings.
What brings you to the Wizard of Wines?"
Here?
What, John? I didn't hear you.
Sorry. Do you work at the vineyards?
Says, yes, indeed I do. I am Davian Martikov, and this is my family, and we run the vineyard and the winery here.
I'm
at least,
sorry, I didn't recognize you. I believe you own these vineyards.
Yes, or at least we did.
That's Davian Markakov and his family, the inn masters and the kids.
Davian is the father.
Yeah, I know, but we said there were people and there were kids. So are they the inn people that we've just?
No,
they're different.
They're family of the inn people.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
They're
Inn
related.
people's Erwin and Damien. I guess is his dad, and then this is their other family or something like that.
This is their other family.
They had a falling out over a seed.
Yeah,
Right.
he proceeds to introduce people to you. There's Adrian, his oldest son, Elver, his youngest son, Stefania, his daughter, who's grown, Dag Tomescu, who is Stefania's
He had to
husband.
put that in there.
What a strange way of putting it, like grown since we met her 30 seconds ago.
No, she's a adult, is what I mean.
Oh, okay.
There are two young boys named Martin and Vigo, a teenage boy named Claudio, and a baby girl named Yolanda.
Yolanda.
Yeah.
Well, I am Kismet and Eunice, and we are thrilled to meet you. You have the finest wine in all of Barovia.
Well, it's good. It's good to meet you. You all look to be strong and hardy types. I see you're all carrying weapons of some kind or another. Maybe you could help us.
Well, what would you need weapons for?
Well, some time ago, some evil druids have taken over the wine with their evil servants.
What? There's no such thing as an evil druid.
Oh, yes, there are. They
Nature
take away the
is
wine.
The bad guy.
I met a few in my day.
No, they're misunderstood at best. Or worse.
He says they have many blights that serve them.
Oh,
Blights. Tell us about these blights.
They're evil, horrible plant creatures.
Hmm.
Well, that sounds terrible. I mean, if they take over the wine, how do we get wine?
Exactly.
So, now we are adventurers, and we do deal with problems, but we are actually rather short of funds ourselves. There's so many dangers in this world. We don't have enough silver weapons. Some of us. And
What are you talking about? I got lots.
and so I don't mean to be too mercenary about this, but what would you be able to reward us for dealing with these druids for you?
Unfortunately, we don't have anything to reward you. We've been kicked off our land. We have nothing.
Oh, is there things in your land worth value?
Only the wine.
That's
Do you have older vintages possibly?
He says, well, we have two vintages that we produce now. We used to produce a truly fine wine, Champagne de la Stomp. And as he says that,
Stomp.
a few of the older people in the group kind of like make symbols or signs with their hands, like against the evil eye, just like that. But we have not been able to produce that for some time, thanks in part to the ineptitude of my son, Erwin.
Oh, dear. Ah, yes. An episode.
Erwin. Yes, we had the misfortune of meeting such a gadabout.
Ah, was it he that sent you? Probably.
No.
Probably wanting his shipment.
Yes, he did, but we were more interested in making sure the wine flows.
For the people.
Yes, I understand. We provide wine to all of the inns here in Barovia, free of charge.
I thought you guys did it for the free rooms.
Well, there's that. But let's get something going here. I need a silver weapon. Hello.
We provide it free of charge to do our part to keep people's spirits up in this dismal land. I can tell you that there are 3 barrels on the loading dock that are ready to be delivered, and 3 more in the cellar. And we have much more wine fermenting. If we're not able to get to it,
plants are keeping you away from it.
Yes, and if we're not able to get to the wine soon, it will go bad.
Well, that shouldn't make a difference. You have a completely illogical business model. You give away everything for free.
The earth sustains them. They do not need mortal coin.
So asking for a third of the profits is going to be nothing. Third of 0 is 0.
So yeah,
the ranger in me applauds their commitment to nature. The rogue in me really feels like they need to have a little bit more business sense.
So, do you have any animals on your estate? Maybe you could reward us with a horse for each of us.
No, we don't have any animals.
No animals?
You're really making this hard.
Have any bottles of that old champagne La Stomp?
Oh no, that was all drunk long ago.
They can always give us one of their children.
What of the seeds?
Sacrifice the baby. All right. So,
The seeds.
Sir, what of the seeds?
Seeds?
We hear that there may be seeds, either long lost or long forgotten.
I'm sorry, I don't know what you're talking about.
Long stolen.
Really.
You mean grape seeds?
Start our own vineyard.
I don't know. Somebody stole a seed.
Erwin was going on about losing seeds. And the night the seed was stolen.
The night the seed was stolen.
I don't know anything about that. I wouldn't believe anything Erwin says.
So what
He can't
was...
be trusted.
Understood. What did cause the rift between father and son? It's such a tragic thing to see.
Oh, that's a long story.
Maybe you can reward us in a tale long forgotten, or long since told.
Perhaps. We shall see.
God, we couldn't even get a story out of you?
They only have half a story.
Well, you haven't done anything to merit a reward yet.
We're gonna
Well,
literally
we're still in the negotiation phase. Good
Yeah, that's why we're negotiating.
We are down to not even a song at this point.
Says, well, as you can see, we have nothing. So if you've come here looking for riches, I'm afraid you've come to the wrong place.
We can do it to bring some small margin of light back to Barovia.
Yes.
Who cares about that? I want more reward.
And maybe if we find anything neat in the winery, we take it. We don't tell them,
Trying to
okay?
assess the neatness of this particular winery. It seems fairly low.
Well, you said that as you described the place, you said it was rather good looking. stately, I believe that was the word you said.
Okay.
It's a winery filled with finery.
So I say, well, what a fine place. You're telling me that you have nothing? This is beautiful.
We have grapes and the means to make wine.
All
But even
right.
that we don't have right now, for it has been taken.
So what have you been doing since then?
Just trying to survive.
And how have you done that? With all the wolves at night?
Not very well.
Oh dear.
None of us are hunters or foragers much.
Well,
We've managed to find enough to at least feed the little ones, but the rest of us
Good.
have been going pretty hungry.
all right. Well, we don't mean to be too greedy. It's just that we have our needs too, and we feel vulnerable without our silver weapons.
I'd be willing to sell Kismet one of my silver swords for a mere 100 gold.
If I had 100 gold, I'd be a rich man.
The party has 100 gold, so the weapon changes, the money does not.
That's true. Yeah.
That was what I was kind of getting at.
Yeah. I forgot about that.
Because Craig has all the money.
Yeah.
He has
The
to pay
thief has
himself.
all the money.
No, he gave everybody 50 gold. I remember.
Yeah, that's right.
I did.
He just has most
Well-
of the money.
So where are these druids? How many of them are there, and how many of their plant servants are there?
There are 3 druids, I think, maybe 4. I'm not sure. As far as their servants, I have no idea. A lot, I can tell you that.
Can you describe the druids?
Let's see. What one is male?
Show us on this princess where the druids touched you.
He wears skins of animals. He's pretty dirty, unkempt, has a wild look in his eyes, like pretty sure he's crazy.
Are you describing Finn? Minus the furs?
It's your brother.
Very good.
A couple of the others are female. They're not much better. One of them wears a hat with antlers on it.
One of them wears a hat. Descriptive. Sound like druids to me.
Antlers. Yeah.
They do
And,
sound
and,
like-
and tell us about these plants. What do they look like?
I don't know if you could imagine thorny vines taking the shape of a man and moving about with dread purpose. I think you'd have a pretty good idea what they look like. I've never seen
do.
anything like them.
Neither have I. Although there was one night underneath the wagon.
You saw a lot of things that night.
Well, Naevin, maybe you can talk to these druids.
I think we could come to an accord. Most certain.
Maybe they can be persuaded to move on. I'm sure they're.
Evil druids.
No druid that I've ever met enjoys such opulent finery as a winery.
They're pretending to be druids.
Well, they're probably just
Maybe they're just angry arborists.
They're probably just confused.
Angry
Yeah.
gardeners.
Huh. I bet you it's more of
Evil
a
herbalists.
probably more of a labor dispute than anything.
They're on
Yes.
strike. Anyways, enough alliteration. Let's go beat the shit out of some plant people.
No, we have to first have our ranger talk to them.
And then beat the shit out of the plant
If
people.
they kill the ranger, then we'll beat the shit out.
Kill the ranger.
We have a plan B.
What, you don't like that plan, Craig?
Oh well, maybe we.
Plan B, they kill the ranger, and we all leave.
We thank them for their service. And we
That's right. Well done, druids.
You can have it.
Yeah.
Well, hell. For 1 gold piece, they can have the winery at this point.
Your winery doesn't have any traps in it, does it? I need to know about any secret glyphs or wards
Yeah.
to stumble into.
No, why would we have traps in a winery?
to guard your long guarded wine secrets.
Guard your winery against evil druids, apparently.
Yeah, apparently.
Well,
you should have
Anything
some
with the word.
traps.
I must
Anything
say
with
that
the
now
word
it
wizard
seems
is
like
always
it
gonna
would have
have
been a
traps.
nice thing to have, but it never occurred to us before.
This land seems rife with danger and murderous intent. I'm surprised you don't have more traps.
Maybe
Oh,
they'll have some next time.
Why do they call you the Wizard of Wine?
Oh, well,
'Cause it's magically delicious.
the winery was originally built and founded by a wizard long ago.
Secret magic treasure under winery. Okay.
Yeah, and I say, and did this wizard have a wizard's place, a tower somewhere that they did their wizardry?
Oh, I have no idea. It was long ago. Not even his name is remembered.
Okay.
But somewhere along the line, my family inherited the winery. And we've
So if
run
we
it
wanted
ever
to
since.
deal with these druids, where would we find them?
Inside the winery, I imagine.
Oh, in the building itself.
I believe so.
They're indoor druids? No, they're evil.
I don't think they're druids at all. They're
The
anti-
druids of like office plants and shit.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Good lord, what kind of druids are they? All right, I've had enough of this.
These sound like abnormal druids at the very least. Abhorrent. We should dispatch them of their
Life.
life. It's not much of a
Relieve
life.
them of their lives.
It's not much of a life living inside a nicely
Winery.
Oh, I have a picture. I have a picture of Davian that you've been talking to.
Oh, Davian.
Oh.
Davian Martikov. And there he is. As
Oh,
you can
okay.
see, he's a
We
little
might have
worse
changed
for
our
wear.
tone with that.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's a nice teapot there.
very nice teapot.
I'm not sure what's up with that.
It's shiny. You know, he may be pushed out of his home, but he still shines his teapot.
Yeah.
Hey, man,
They have
guys,
tea
yeah.
twice every day
Shine his teapot.
Wait,
from
is that
their
a
silver teapot. Yeah.
Yeah.
What are those things on his shoulder?
Those are spoons.
Oh.
He's covered himself in spoons.
Oh my god, he's the Tick of Barovia.
Yeah, that is bizarre.
Covered himself in silver.
I don't know what
Yeah.
this artist was smoking, but yeah.
As long as it's not the same artist that did the crazy faces of Tyranny of Dragons. Where the face will go, nobody knows.
Yeah, that was kind of scary.
All right. Well, unless you wish to make yourself a silver teapot club.
And join us in our hunt. I mean, talking to druids.
Our diplomatic mission.
Yeah, let's go be diplomats.
With swords, of course, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, good.
Aggressive negotiation.
Yeah,
As
It's
usual.
cool with anything.
that's the answer I prefer.
I believe.
I'm always a fan of hostile takeovers myself.
So guys, I just want to point out, I mean, maybe I'm not doing a good enough job of describing things, but since you've been here, everything in Barovia is pretty shitty. Like everything's old and run down and falling apart.
I think you've
Okay.
got that across.
Even the rich people or the nobles or whatever, like Irina and Ismark are, their finery is faded and tattered and whatnot. And these guys that you're dealing with now are like living off the land, and they're not
and have teapots.
yeah, and they're not like woodsmen or whatever. So you're
Right.
basically like right now you're trying to squeeze money out of refugees, and
Literally
It's like-
trying to squeeze blood out of a rock.
yeah. So
Well, what I like is at the beginning of the session, you said, you guys really need to negotiate better before you work beforehand.
So,
and
and that
then,
was what I was going to say. So we promptly did so and got
and
punished.
then now we're the bad guys.
no, I just want you to understand that they're not just like blowing you off. They just don't really have anything to give you.
No, what we get is you're torturing us.
Well, it is Ravenloft. I'm kind of supposed to.
Yeah. Oh, but by the way, if anybody does feel a need for a silver short sword, please enjoy. I really don't need to.
Don't you use 2 weapons, Craig?
Well, yeah, I have a standard. I still have 3 short swords. Only one of them at this point is not
silvered weapons, while neat, aren't the same thing as magic weapons for resistance.
Well, it is versus certain things.
Yeah,
versus for instance, werewolves.
Yeah, we start fighting werewolves.
I would love one of those. Not that I plan on using it all the time, but just in case.
All right, well, you can take the original one that we found in the dead house, because this new one is like
a lot sharpener.
Well, it is also
how come mine's all dull?
Where boars.
Yeah, so Craig, maybe if you want, you could picture the one you got from Victavio, like the short swords in like the Lord of the Rings movies.
Okay.
How they're these weird shaped things that don't look like any sword you've ever seen or heard of before.
Kind of blade shape. I mean, like a plant leaf shape.
Yeah,
those are cool.
Maybe it's kind of like
clearly I don't remember the movies well enough to remember any plant shape.
There were like a Roman gladius.
Yeah, the elven weapons I'm talking about. The swords that the elves had. All right.
Anyways, D&D.
D&D, Dungeons and Dragons.
Says the guy who doesn't watch who's never seen Lord of the Rings.
I've seen it once.
I've seen it once.
But in utero.
Yeah, in utero, and not even the extended edition. I don't know if you get to roll d20s now.
Well, I've recently learned D&D is not as much based on Tolkien as at least I used to think.
Yeah, the armor system used to be based on naval ships.
I think you could say it's more based on Conan than Tolkien.
Yeah, that's probably kind of true.
Disappear off into the darkness.
All right. So you guys stop shaking down the refugees and head to the winery.
We take their teapots.
It's a shiny teapot.
Well, Kismet did get a silver short sword out of the deal.
Yeah, I did.
Didn't get it out of the people that he was trying to take out.
Yeah, maybe if you shook down your fellow party members, you might have more luck.
Well, apparently.
We have way more wealth than anybody else here, it seems.
I'm still saying they give us one of their kids just in case we end up in one of these rooms.
Collateral?
That demands one must die. We got the kid. Throw it on the altar.
Before we get going again, did everybody see the thing about potions, drinking potions?
No, but
cool.
Nope. Whoops. What did I miss?
All right. So basically, you have these. I think in other editions they were called like incidental or free actions, where like once a turn you can do something like take something out of your backpack or open a door or something like that. Mm-hmm. Well, they have a list of things that you can do, and one of them is take a potion out of your backpack, and the other one is drink a flagon of mead, an entire flagon of mead. Ooh. So I decided if you can drink an entire flagon of mead, you could also drink a potion. So if you already have a potion in your hand, you can do it as part of your action or your move, and it doesn't take an action to drink a potion. Or if you don't have it in your hand, you could run one turn, get it out of your pack for free, and then the next turn drink it for free.
What if you wanted to burn like a move action? Could you drink it for that?
Well, you don't need an action to drink it. That's what I'm saying.
I wanted to do both.
I want to do both in the same turn. I want to get it out and I want to drink it. If I like take my standard action, if I burn everything except for potion drinking, can I do it?
No.
Okay. Well, I don't have any potions, so I don't do it.
It'll take an act. Didn't I give everybody potions? Did you already use them all?
Did he?
I've got 2 on my sheet.
Oh, that's what these things are sloshing around on my belt.
I was going to say, I gave everybody potions at the beginning, and then you guys found some too. But I mean, maybe you drank them all. I haven't really been paying attention.
No, I have one. I have only one.
Okay.
I have 2.
No, I have some scrolls.
I was just looking up the how the spell Crown of Madness works, and the SRD doesn't have it. But what it does is have all of the madness tables in Spooky Barovia. You got to roll on these sometimes, Lex.
Yeah.
This has to happen.
Yeah,
they're great.
Yeah, when you guys encounter something truly horrific, I will definitely
Like a plant
those.
These are
creature.
really great.
Like a druid in a winery.
Oh,
Ah!